sunshine, it's the soil, it's the passion of the farmers, it's the fact that... I think you all know I like avocados, and I've joked in the past that I think my kids ate a big share of that 33 million that came into Australia last year, into Malaysia from Australia last year. So it's really exciting to be here today for the formalisation of the partnerships between Avocados Australia, Monash, Malaysia, and University of Wollongong, Malaysia. So I think you all know that we've got a comprehensive strategic partnership between Australia and Malaysia. We don't have these with every country, but with Malaysia we have one because we share so much together, our historical ties, but so much of that is actually made up of two of the things that we're talking about here today, food and trade, and also education, which really are, along with defence, sort of the three most important and the ballast of our relationship. So it's great that we're able to get together and take that to a kind of new level around future partnerships. So I think today's signing is pretty exciting because it does bring together so many of the things also that I think are important to Malaysia. I think we were just talking before about diabetes and nutrition and how some of these kind of innovation partnerships around R&D and partnerships with industry are really important to being able to bring that together. KC talked a little bit before about agri-food. That is definitely one of the areas under our invested strategy, which is about bringing more investment from Australia into Southeast Asia. Malaysia's number 2 in that at the moment, but we'd like to do more. The agribusiness is an area that we're seeing a lot more interest in setting up here under the Madani food security agenda, and how we do that is an interesting case in point. Actually, I've just been in Johor for the last few days, and we were looking at a dairy farm where they're now producing using Australian cows in Malaysia with the latest agri technology. So I think there are lots of moves here to do that. So getting back to the avocado, the Australian avocado industry is one of the examples of how this alignment is already taking shape. In 2025, Australia exported 18,487 tonnes of avocados globally, valued at over 99 million, with Hong Kong, Singapore and Malaysia accounting for 84% of export volumes. Malaysia has emerged as one of the top 3 markets, reflecting both consumer demand and trade relationships. But trade volumes aren't everything. We see that this partnership's built on depth. The comprehensive strategic partnership is an institutional collaboration. It's also about the depth of knowledge and the depth of trust, a bit like the avocado itself. Thank you, KC. He obviously did a bit of English lit at Monash as well. And the value of the avocado lies beneath the surface. The strength of our relationship is found on the substance of our cooperation. That is all him. The partnership with Monash University Malaysia highlights the importance of linking nutritional science and health messaging with industry knowledge as consumers become increasingly focused on well-being and informed food choices. Collaboration between academia and industry ensures that research translates, we hope, into practical community impact. And the collaboration with Wollongong under the Australian Fruits Culinary Training Program funded by the ASEAN Australia Centre demonstrates how skills development strengthens long-term economic management. Culinary education today extends beyond technique. It encompasses provenance, sustainability and global supply chains. I also would like to acknowledge the contribution of Audra Morris, whose involvement in this initiative reflects the power of culinary leadership to inspire emerging professionals across Southeast Asia. These partnerships are consistent with Australia's broader regional strategy, and that's to move beyond the transaction to transformational collaboration by connecting growers, university students and chefs. We're building ecosystems of capability that support the resilient supply chains and future-ready talent. Malaysia is not simply a valued export market for Australia, it's a strategic partner in shaping sustainable agri-food systems, advancing nutrition awareness and developing the next generation of industry leaders. So thank you to Avocados Australia, Monash and to Wollongong for demonstrating how this happens in practice, and I'm sure this will evolve over time to make it even more effective. So really looking forward to signing this partnership today. It's a living example of a partnership and how we collaborate together, innovate, and through a shared purpose. Thank you.
It is a real pleasure to be here today to celebrate our partnership with Monash University Malaysia and the University of Wollongong, Malaysia. My name is Matt Klein and I'm the Chair of Avocados Australia, the peak industry body representing hundreds of Australian avocado growers from across the country. I am also a grower myself, and my farm is based in far north Queensland, which is right up near the top. So this is just like a home, hot and humid. Again, over the past year, these relationships have developed through shared purpose and practical collaboration, with avocados serving as a simple but powerful bridge between cultures. For Avocados Australia, this is about more than trade. Sustainable export growth depends on knowledge, capability, and trusted partnerships. Our collaboration with Monash University Malaysia centres on nutrition, research translation, and student engagement. As consumers increasingly seek credible, evidence-based information about health and well-being, it is essential that industry works alongside academic leaders. Our partnerships with the University of Wollongong, Malaysia, builds on the Australian Fruits Culinary Training Program to equip culinary students knowledge in applying premium Australian avocados into their menu creation. These partnerships are funded by the ASEAN Australian Centre. This centre was launched in 2024 by Australian Foreign Minister Penny Wong to strengthen economic, cultural and people-to-people ties between Australia and Southeast Asia. Under this initiative, the Australian avocado industry has been selected to represent the agricultural sector. Through the program, we aim to provide culinary students and emerging professionals with practical exposure to premium horticultural produce, global supply chains and modern culinary application. This initiative is supported by Audra Morris, Master Chef, internationally acclaimed and recognised chef and culinary ambassador under the program. Audra brings both global perspective and industry credibility, helping translate the versatility of Australian produce into inspiration for the next generation of chefs across Southeast Asia. These partnerships are built on strong commercial foundations. In 2025, Australian avocado exports reached 18,500 tonnes, valued at almost $100 million. Hong Kong, Singapore and Malaysia accounted for 84% of total export volumes. Malaysia in particular has become one of our most dynamic and trusted markets. But volume alone does not define success. Long-term resilience in fresh produce comes from investing in capability, in research, in culinary excellence, and in meaningful exchange between industry and education. Trade creates opportunity. Collaboration ensures that opportunity continues to grow, season after season. To Professor Dado, Dr. Ariba Kamarilzaman, and Professor Dr. Yu Piang Liang, and to your respective teams, thank you for your leadership, openness, and commitment to practical partnerships. We value these relationships deeply. Today's signing ceremonies are shared. Today's signing formalities are shared intent. The work ahead will focus on delivery, on turning collaboration into tangible outcomes for students, industry, and consumers alike. We look forward to continuing this journey together with energy, transparency, and shared purpose. Thank you for being here today. I look forward to formalising our partnership shortly. Thanks.
MOUs.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1.
Of this agreement.
3, 2, 1. Hands up, everyone. Yes, nice. 1, 2.
Hi, my name is Naveen. I'm from Bernama, the National News Agency of Malaysia. My first question would be, last year Malaysia introduced a 5% sales and service tax on imported fruits, including avocados. So has this affected demand for Australian avocados in Malaysia so far?
Personally, I don't believe so. Our products, avocados, are so incredible. It's the world's most amazing superfood. So, and we're just on the start of our journey in Malaysia, where people are just learning and experiencing how to use avocados, how amazing they are. So, rather than a 5% tax, the most important thing is that when they choose to try avocados, that they get an excellent quality one. So that's really our focus, and it has been and will continue to be quality, and then it still remains good value for money.
My next question would be, avocados are often considered a premium product. So are there efforts to make Australian avocados more affordable and accessible to Malaysian consumers?
I suppose our goal is to show, like I said, what good value for money they are. That you get what you pay for. So if you want something good, it costs money to make it good. As a grower myself, it's very expensive to produce a good avocado. If you want to produce a poor avocado, it's a lot cheaper. But that's not really what we're about. We're about producing the best possible product that we can, and to bring it to Southeast Asia, so certainly Malaysia, and to show consumers what good value it is. To buy an avocado, it's the only fruit and vegetable you can eat as a meal by itself. You don't need anything else. You can't eat any other fruit like that. Fruit is a snack or whatever, but an avocado is a meal. So one avocado for a meal is a pretty cheap meal.
I'll plug my lunch. Sometimes avocado, hard-boiled eggs, and some biscuits. Biscuit is not very nutritious, but otherwise it's so easy to carry it anyway, right? And it lasts. You don't need a fridge. They didn't pay me to say this, by the way.
Just a couple of questions. Sure.
Maybe we open it up for
Sure.
for someone else.
Sure.
Anyone else from the media?
Good afternoon. I'm Thomas from Malaysia News Channel. Congratulations on the MOU. One question for Dr. Adiba and Dr. Hugh. What are the can Sir and Madam provide deeper insights on what are the universities' plan to promote Australian avocado in Malaysia?
In fact, it's not just a plan. We have been working with Avocado Australia as recently as a month ago. We had at Monash University Malaysia the inaugural Little Food Festival, where we worked with our counterparts in the Faculty of Education at Monash Australia to bring a program that has become really popular in Victoria and Melbourne called the Little Food Festival, in conjunction with supported by Sandra De Mayo Foundation, where we teach young children the whole ecosystem of nutritious food, how to prepare food, how to recycle, food waste, etc., in a fun way. I think we have a video of it that we can show you later. And Avocado Australia very generously stepped in to sponsor that. So that, even prior to the MOU, we have already been working with them. But specifically with this MOA, it's to have our students who are doing Bachelor of Nutrition be placed with Avocado Australia, and they're incorporating good nutrition, etc., in our curriculum.
Hi. UW Malaysia or Wollongong Malaysia is very strong and very focused in the area of collaborative hospitality. So our collaboration would allow us to look at student engagement from the point of view of being exposed to the use of the fruit, to the use of, in general, Australian produce and fruits in various recipes. I think at the moment, avocado in Malaysia are predominantly, Prof. Adiba aside, looked at as a after meal fruit or a breakfast fruit. But I think the fruit itself has a lot more to offer than just being a fruit. I think it's a meal on its own. And being able to incorporate these things into various preparations, both international and local meal, incorporate it into various recipes, which is the strength of what we're looking at, is an opportunity for us to do. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Romney from Press KL. Got a question for Her Excellency. Will this partnership expand to other ASEAN markets? How does the sustainability feature in the collaboration, and what role does Malaysian government support play?
So yeah, this program has been sponsored by the ASEAN Australia Centre. So obviously, it's broader than just Malaysia, but Malaysia is really a model. In Malaysia, we have 4 Australian universities, 2 of them are here today. We don't have that in other ASEAN markets. So one of the beauties about Malaysia is because we've got such strong links across so many things, particularly education, we can pilot a lot of things here. And then if they work, they can be broadened out to other countries. So the intention, I understand, is to go much broader than Malaysia, but here's a really good place to start in terms of the journey. And I think the other thing to add is you might be aware that we have 500,000 Australian alumni of Malaysian origin that are mostly back here in Malaysia. So people that have lived in Australia are used to eating avocados because it's such a big part of our life, and maybe even some of them eat avocados and Vegemite together. Which is what we do sometimes in our house. So I guess my point is that people have got used to Australian cafe culture and other things, which very much always features an avocado. Thanks.
Any more questions from the media?
Hi, I'm Liu from Chichu Daily. This is a question to Dr. Hugh. So how does the university view industry, academia collaboration in enhancing graduate employability? Thank you.
I think in general, the university has valued industry collaboration very much. I think not just in the hospitality culinary space. Across all our disciplines, the industry is very much part of our education. For example, our final year project is co-supervised. We have placement, we are shadowing our student with executive in the industry, and many of our research are in collaboration with the industry. And this collaboration that we're looking at, we're starting now, is another example of this being a value part of the ecosystem. I think what the ambassador mentioned earlier, sustainability, producing an ecosystem, producing a sustainable approach for the penetration into the market, and in this case, avocado and in general fruits in Australia is very much part of the focus. So if, as I said in the earlier answer, if we are able to incorporate these into the daily practices of our chef student, into recipe creation, into many things, then the ability to convert just a perception of a fruit to food becomes a reality. Thank you.
One more question from Bernama. My question is for Mr. Matthew. With Australian avocado exports reaching 18,487 tons in 2025, what is your export target for the next few years, particularly for Southeast Asia and Malaysia?
Okay, thanks for the question. Our target is to continue growing markets and consumption in Southeast Asia. So we already have 70% market share, 70, maybe even a little higher in Malaysia, in Hong Kong. So it's not really about increasing the percentage of market share, although that's also good. It's about increasing consumption. And so in Malaysia, the average Malaysian person only consumes 200 grams of avocado a year. In Australia, we consume 5 kilograms each every single month. So some people eat more, some less, but on average 5 kilos a person. And that's really not very much. I probably consume about 30 or 40 kilos, as you can tell. But it really is, it's a bit hard for people who aren't aware of avocados. It's really hard to get in your mind how versatile they are. They're an excellent breakfast, they're an excellent lunch, they're an excellent dinner, but they're also an excellent entree, main course, dessert. Avocado and ginger ice cream is unbelievable. Yeah. Avocado chocolate mousse, incredible. Okay, so the culinary students of Wollongong University are the artists of food, the future artists. So the only way you can inspire that passion is to let them practice and experiment while they're learning, while they're developing their passion, while they're developing their love of food. Okay, so I like that, because when I finished school a very long time ago, back when 40 years ago, I too went and studied to become a chef and developed that love of food. And when I was selecting what to grow as a farmer, it was that love of food that made me choose avocados, because it's the most incredible fruit that you can grow. So.
Thank you.
Avocado versus Malaysian food versus China.
That would be a lot more healthy, isn't it?
So one last question for the day, I think.
My questions is open to all. How do Australians and Malaysians consume avocado? Do they eat the entire fruit, or smoothie, or as a spray? Okay.
Basically, many different ways. So it's for me, I would consume the whole piece of fruit. So most commonly on toast or bread, but smoothies are amazing. I'd never had a smoothie until I went to China, actually, and it's I think I put on 10 kilos. Yeah, so but there's many different ways.
My favorite is, I think Her Excellency's as well, is the Mexican guacamole. It's simple and really. It used to be the food that, when I was training in Australia, doing night shifts, that the nurses and I would eat guacamole in primary care units as my secret at night. They will beat me and say the guacamole is ready, come. So that's really
Good thing I employ you as an ambassador for the health sector.
Okay, one more, 1, 2, 3. Avocado.
Amazing. Oh my god, you gotta try that. So good.